Want to host your own fast, secure, and lightweight VPN server? WireGuard is one of the best choices, and today I'll show you how to set it up on Ubuntu 24.04 in just a few minutes. Stick around. WireGuard is a modern, fast, and secure VPN virtual private network protocol designed to create encrypted connections between devices over the internet. It's known for being lightweight, easy to configure, and high-performing compared to older VPN protocols like OpenVPN or IPsec. It is built into the Linux kernel and available on other platforms, making it extremely fast and efficient. Configuration is simple, using a single configuration file for each peer. To get started, you'll need a VPS, virtual private server, located in a region where access to the internet is unrestricted outside of your country's filtering or censorship system. You can get a cheap one on DigitalOcean. Link is in the description. I already have my VPS ready, so I'll go ahead and connect to it via SSH. Now, let's begin by updating our Ubuntu 24.04 VPS to ensure all packages are up to date. First, we need to enable IP forwarding on the server. This is essential because it allows the VPN server to route traffic between connected VPN clients and the wider internet. Without it, your VPN clients won't be able to access external websites through the server. Once you've made the changes, save and close the file. To apply the new settings, run the following command. The P flag tells sysctl to load configurations from the sysctl.conf file. This ensures that your changes will persist even after a system reboot. Next, install WireGuard and the required tools. Next, run this command. This command generates a private and public key pair for our WireGuard VPN server. It starts by creating a private key, then saves it to a file on the system. That private key is immediately passed into the next part of the command, which uses it to generate the corresponding public key. Finally, the public key is also saved to a file. These two keys are essential. WireGuard uses the private key to identify and secure the server, while the public key will be shared with clients so they can connect securely. Make sure to keep these keys safe and secure. Never share the private key with anyone. If someone else gets access to it, they could potentially compromise your VPN. Copy both keys into a text file or notepad for easy access later. Label them clearly as private key and public key so you can easily identify them. When setting up your WireGuard configuration, you'll need both during the setup process. Now let's create the main WireGuard configuration file. Paste the following configuration and replace the private key with your own. YouTube often strips out double hashtags, so don't forget to add them back in when you're setting up your own configuration. Lines with double hashtags are meant to be comments, not active settings, so make sure they stay commented out to avoid errors during setup. Save and close the file. After saving the file, run this command. This command finds the default network interface your server uses to access the internet. Basically, it's asking, hey, which network adapter is handling my outgoing traffic? Open the WireGuard config again and change the interface to yours so your server knows which network device to route traffic through. Change the file mode so that only root user can read the files. This command basically tells your server, hey, automatically start my WireGuard VPN every time the system boots up. So you're enabling that specific VPN tunnel to launch on startup. No need to start it manually every time. Set it and forget it. Press the letter Q to exit. This command gives you a live status overview of your WireGuard VPN interface. Think of it like checking your VPN dashboard in the terminal. It shows you important info like the interface's public and private keys. Let's add a client to connect to our server. I will use my Ubuntu virtual machine. First install WireGuard and then generate the client keys. Process is similar to what we did on the server. Do the same thing on the client, copy the keys and save them. You will use them in later configurations. So enter the client VPN private key and the server public key. Also enter the IP address of the server plus the port number. Go back on the server and add the client machine details. Restart the WireGuard service before you proceed from here. I might have messed up the keys, so let me go ahead and fix that. It's super important to have the correct keys in place. If they're wrong, the VPN simply won't connect or function properly. Start the service on the client, and after that, you can try connecting to the VPN server. As you can see, I'm able to ping the private IP address of the VPN server. This means I am now connected to the VPN server. If everything went well, it should display your VPN server's public IP address instead of your client computer's public IP address. And it is showing my DigitalOcean VPS IP address, so everything went well. If you have a firewall up and running, make sure to open the necessary ports in the firewall. Let us configure a Windows client. Download the WireGuard installer for Windows and install it. Once it's installed, start the WireGuard program. You need to right-click on the left sidebar to create a new empty tunnel. It will automatically create a public-private key for the Windows client. Let us enter the details for the Windows machine on the VPN server. Save the file when done. Here you can enter the DNS server you want, like the Google DNS servers. For example, 8.8.8.8.8, or you can use the VPN server as DNS. If you do so, install DNS server like bind on the VPN server. That's it. You now have your own private VPN. If this helped, smash the like button. Subscribe for more Linux tutorials and drop a comment if you have questions. See you next time.